Hi guys and Hi guys and welcome to everyone to this first episode of of many that I have thought and I have done for over the last two two decades. No, for the last decade in my life. My life has been going through many specific things. Okay, let's go right to it. And I like to start with a philosophical question that is, what is everything really like? Questions of metaphysics. So we have philosophy. What is philosophy? What does it mean? Philosophy, literally the love of wisdom, is a very ancient enterprise. People have probably been asking the big questions. So, what are the big questions? You have many questions in your daily life. You have questions with people, but you are not currently thinking of the big questions of life. Where do I come from? You know, science tells you you comes from an animal. You come from a species that has evolutioned throughout time. However, it doesn't make sense when you are trying to find more sense about your sense of life, which is different. That's a big question. They are, why am I here? Why am I here? You can answer these questions by saying that your parents gave you birth, but this is not only the only reason. So all your sense of your life is coming from your parents, is coming from what your parents told to you, is coming from what your parents tells you. There will be a time, there will be a day where your parents wouldn't be here. So what is your sense of life? We are more than we were gave to birth. We are more than this. Now, how can I decide what's true and what isn't? What is everything made of? It's interesting. What is everything made of? So when you think of, for example, this jar, you can think of this. It is made of glass. It is made of plastic. It is made of a brand, a label that is made of plastic as well, and it has many things, and uh, you can identify more causes, like Aristotle once thought about this jar. And this jar is basically made of many things and many causes. The material thing, the uh, the agent thing, which is the person who made it, or the a group of people who made it, and many other reasons why there it is what I see. And we have also, how can I decide what's true and what isn't? How can I decide? And you can think of this question. Yes, the decision is very easy. I decide according to what I think at the moment. I decide according to my thoughts, to my feelings, to the situation. But there are times that that you couldn't decide, or the decision is so important, or maybe you don't decide. You think you decide, but you live in an illusion. You live in an illusion of where your decisions come from. This illusion is just like, it's not my liberty, it's not my freedom. It is just what my parents tell. It's just what my parents tell me what to do, or my teacher tells me what to do, and I then decide. Do you know what? Teacher can usually offers you options, but you can decide. You should decide among options or between options. This is what teachers do. But when when it comes about your freedom or your true decisions in life, it is more about your comprehension of the sources. where your decision takes from them. So where your decision take from them. And here we have what is everything made of? What was the right thing to do since the beginning of a spoken language? And then we come into the world filled with questions. We come into the world filled with questions. Is that true? Definitely. You have a lot of questions when you were a child. When when you were a child, you were like the person who wanted to. You were like the person who wanted to know about everything because your existence is because you need to know what the word means. You need to know what what are many things in your life. So it happens usually um, when you interact with your reality and then you understand what the reality is according to your faculties. For example, I remember when I was a child, I couldn't understand many things, and I was afraid of asking to my parents or to my mom, to my father, because I would, I used to think that um, they could shame of me, or they could feel ashamed of myself because I don't know certain things that I should know, that I should have known. But eventually, I then realized that knowing or confronting your ignorance or the way the things that you cannot fulfill is the big thing because that important is that you can you can give people or you can interact or you can have a conversation with the other people, so it could be interesting. Okay. And today now we have these big questions. Children can't seem to stop asking them as they begin to wonder why things are the way they are. Why is the sky blue? Why does fire go up? Where is my dead goldfish now? What is my dead goldfish now? Goldfish, sorry. Where is my dead goldfish now? So those questions approach them to what is death, to what is life, to what is the sense of life, to what is freedom, to uh, what is everything made of? What is a fire? What is fire? When you say fire is a gas, or fire is an extraordinary element, or is a divine element. So you are in the religious context. But when you say fire is made of is made of molecules, or it is just the way, uh, or it is just the way of living of what is fire is it's a prime element uh, that burns. So you can say that, for example, fire is the thing that I know. Like, is this is something that burns and 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 the burns. Fire is something that the burns. So whatever the sense you make to things and whatever the thinking of knowledge to approach the thing, you are building a kind of knowledge. You are building your sense of existence, your sense of life. What it's interesting. So, what is my dead goldfish now? How do you know it's time for me to go to bed? How do you know? It's because you say. It's because it's night. Because if it is night, it is not. You are.
you are wake up, you're awakened. So why do I have to go to sleep before, or why do I have to go, why do I have to go to bed earlier? Because I'm because do I need more? Do I need more? Why don't you want to stay up? Why don't you want me to stay up? Why can't I play more? Maybe we can negotiate more. So it is because you say what you say. Okay, that's true. Okay, so if I don't, or if I can't uh, have my own freedom, is because I respect my parents. I respect them. I respect my parents. I respect because they have not only a power, but they are nourishing me. They are nourishing me. That's why I cannot disobey them. It's important to respect your parents because they give you the clue of the clues of how to live, the clues of living, the clues of they have more knowledge, of course, definitely. But it's important they can have some empathy against you. They can have some empathy because you are their son. You are their child, and that's so important also. So, how do you know it's time for me to go to bed? Why do I have to share my toys? Important. It's an ethical question. Ethical question. Why do I have to share my toys? If they are my toys, you bought them to me, so they belong to me. So why do I have to share with them? Why do I have to share with that nasty boy that I don't like? So interesting. So why? The answer is because you have to. The answer is because uh, you can have more if you share your toys with them, so you can have some benefits. So depending on the way you are thinking about your decisions is the way you are and you act and you are in life. Do they have to share with them? That's a very microcosmos here because it's very interpersonal relationships, but or interpersonal relations, of course. And when it goes to what do I have to share with my wife, or what do I have to share with my husband, or how much do I have to share with them? So it's important how we can talk about equality and yes, equality and you know this kind of justice. So, if our family gives our give us some values, or we are inserted in some values that equality belongs to something religious or something uh, scientific. So it depends on what I am. Uh, how do I live? How I live in this world? How I live in this world? Okay, and then we have the last idea. Philosophy assumes we never stop caring about the answers to those questions. And what happens for most of us get vague, is that we get vague and satisfactory answers from grown-ups. Yes, do we have all the answers from grown-ups? We don't. We know it so deep down. We know it's because they know certain aspects of reality they can see or they can comprehend because they are living in a certain of conditions. They are just living in their enterprises, in their work life, in their studies, in their way of uh, giving this tradition to new generations. But what we see as young people is that is the changes. They are the changes of this world because because the world changes, of course. So that's why we have this gap of generations. or we have this movement in the own society that happens when that happens when one generation comes after the next one. So it's important to see, it's important to know that each generation has some little changes or some changes. Of course, it's important. I'm thinking in my students because they are Jews. I know that you are Jews, and I know you are kind of um, good people. No, no, no. You are kind of good people. You are like, oh my god. Oh no, I know that you are okay. That's something spontaneous that I will talk about myself because I'm kind of nervous of what's coming to these new students because I'm very conservative. I'm very conservative, and I know some values that I don't like democratics. I don't like democratic, but I will also tell you what are the values of some of democracies. I don't like many things about this world, and I will show you. I will teach you because that's important to know it to have a better comprehensive world and to have some um, realistic point of view and a wide open minded and to be wide open mind of what is happening in this world. So I will show you what's happening in this world and what are the causes of this world. Okay, I know you are Jews. I'm not Jew for I'm not a Jew, but I'm a religious person and I'm very conservative about this topic. So I in the match I will be matching with you. I will offer you throughout these classes a critical thinking. I will bring you a guide of how to discover history and under causes because history is the history of the world, the history of the nations, the history of each country to understand the whole country, the, to understand the whole world. So that's important or so interesting for you to come with me through this path, through this job, through this important subject that is history, that is ethics, that is introduction to social sciences. What is society? All the elements of society. It's so important to me also. And I have studied philosophy and I have studied history as well. So I will bring you a wide open window to know the world where you live. Okay, so I won't concern about religious things because you are studying apart. You are studying. You are studying deeply. You are studying consciously, and I'm very proud of you because you are religious, man. You will be religious, man. You will be religious people because that's so important, and I like it. I am also religious. What is my religion? Is Christianism. What is my religion is Christianism, but we are here in this world and we are here um, trying to have conversations and productive conversations to know each other because I would like to know more about you. I would like to know what are your visions of this world, and I also would like to know uh, what do you think about different topics. So we have a diagnosis, we will have an exam, we will have a presentation, we will do many things together, and that's so important. So this will be kind of my speech for this first class. I don't know what will happen. I will do my best and I will be honest and I will be brave, of course. And I think that that is they are the clue values of what is coming. What's coming. So, oh my god. I don't know what's coming, but it will be so. It will be so amazing. It will be so amazing. Well, so finally to end this video, I would like to think about some rules to share with my students. It's important that you come here to this classroom without food, without drinks. No foods, no drinks, no something that can distract you, no mobiles, no cell phones, because we are interacting each other and we are learning each other. So I don't want to tell you about the rules, but we will have some some deals, okay, some deals to think. So no phones, no food, and you want to go out, you should ask me before. Okay, you raise your hand and then you ask me if you want to go out. How to important also. Then you should. I will bring to this class some my own belongings. So it's important that you respect all the elements that I will bring to you. Yeah, respect. I respect you. I respect your things. You respect my belongings. It's important. Okay. What else? Um, we can have some activities outside. We can have some activities in here, but it's important that you listen to me while I'm listening while I'm giving you instructions. Okay, so that's important to fulfill the upcoming activities. And what's more? What's more? And that's all. So for me, it's they are the basics. They are the basics. So bye bye. See you later. God help me.